Okay guys, so today we're going to be working with this Rio Grande hopper car. It was a kit that I built. It used to just be gray, like plasticky gray, and then I painted it black. And then I very recently put Rio Grande decals on. I don't intend to weather this too much. I'm just going to do the trucks and a little bit of detail here and there, just a teensy amount of dust, and that's it. I don't intend for this to be that weathered, but I figured I should probably cover the hopper cars. So this is the fourth part of our four-part weathering series, and I say four-part weathering series because this is the last part that I'm going to do today. I filmed all of these on the same day. It is Monday the something or other. Actually, it is Monday the day before the first one in this video series came out. So, in part one, we took a look at some boxcars and different techniques used on boxcars. In part two, we took a look at gondolas and flat cars. In part three, we took a look at container cars and the containers themselves. And now in part four, we're taking a look at the hopper. If I had a covered hopper that actually ran, that I cared about actually making it look good, I would also be doing a covered hopper in this. This is an open hopper. I would also be doing a covered hopper in this one, and then I'd have tank cars in a separate video. I don't have a covered hopper that I actually give a dang about, and in fact, even then, because I only really want to weather what I actually am going to run, so I'm never going to run that. I have 3 hoppers, I think. They're very small, and they look like crap, and they run even worse. So we're just going to ignore the fact that they exist, and we're just going to weather this this car here. And I know I recorded a video on building this, but I cannot remember if I actually did. Now, because I want to include a second thing in this video that isn't just this hopper, I will be taking a look at tank cars. Just like I did whenever I did the box cars, I'll be taking a look at the tank cars, but that doesn't mean they're going to be put in our train of weathered freight cars. So, the first one we're going to take a look at is I have no idea what this is. Tank car. It's just a tank car, pretty much. It used to be kind of like gray and stuff with the blue bottom, and my grandpa like rusted it up and everything. I actually think this actually turned out really good. My grandpa did a good job, but I don't know how to do that. So, yeah, but oh, that's nice. Look at this. The trucks are not matched. See, this one and this one, they don't match. That's nice. I never noticed that before. And if you're wondering why there's these weights on the bottom, this car runs like crap, so I tried to make it a bit heavier. It didn't help a whole lot, but it definitely did help. Anyway, so that's this one. It's a bit of a more modern tank car. Like I said, I don't really know how to do this yet. I'm going to have to look it up on YouTube. And then I can make a YouTube video on it. It's funny how that kind of works. So, let me go grab the other tank car I have. Oh wait, no, there's 3. I'll grab that one too. So the next tank car we're going to take a look at also runs like crap, and its coupler height is so dang off that it just sits next to our like, in our industrial section. It's an Exxon tank car. I think we got it for my grandpa's birthday because he used to work at Exxon. But the coupler height is so dang off that we just don't run it anymore. So what my grandpa did he rusted it up and everything, and now it just sits there. That's basically it. But, well, hang on. You can kind of see, one of the things I've noticed with tank cars is there's a whole lot of, like, this, like, kind of lines running down the curvature. I've noticed a lot of that. Like it starts from the top and then goes down. We'll see that a little bit more prominently on our next one, because rust and black, you can see rust really well on black. See what I was talking about, like right here, where it goes like down the curvature. Yeah. But my grandpa also weathered this one, a Gramps tank car, and I think it looks really good. It's one of the few cars we have before I have started weathering things that the couplers are actually painted rust. But he used an airbrush for most of this. I'm using powders. But that's just a look at tank cars, really. I don't know how to do tank cars yet. If anyone in the comment section could provide a link to a good video for weathering tank cars, so that I can take a look at it and get an idea of how to do it, so that I can, you know, give you all a couple of tips and tricks that they didn't mention that I haven't realized yet, that'd be fine. So, hopper car, open hopper. This is a hopper that I am using. It is a coal hopper, so it's carrying coal. It's a 3-bay hopper, as you can see. And I'm not going to weather it a whole lot. It's just going to be a little bit of rust here and there. So I'm going to describe if I would weather it, like a lot more weathered than how I'm going to do it, how you would do it. One of the things you would do, ribs, rust the ribs. Just take the rust, just get the ribs. That's a spot that I always see kind of rusty, more prominently, with a kind of a background of a little bit maybe darker rust, or, you know, less rust. No, these would be darker. The ribs would be darker. The panels would be lighter. Probably there'd be a little bit of rust down here on the bays and stuff. Obviously the trucks, which I am going to do that. You'd have rust under here on the top of this, as well as in the actual, like, brake assembly and stuff that's in there. And as far as on the inside, if you're going to be running it empty, well, you should probably color it on the inside about the same color that you're going to use whatever load you're carrying. This is a black hopper. It is carrying coal. I'm just saying, I don't need to do anything. If your hopper's already black and you're carrying coal, you don't need to do anything on the inside. Because there's not much black you can add to black. So I'm gonna go ahead and do some weathering to this, just some light, very light weathering. We're gonna use our rusty brown from Monroe Models. I keep saying I keep sort of acting like I'm sponsored by them. I'm not, but it took me forever to find these weathering powders. So I'm just kind of promoting weathering powders in general. These are the ones I happen to have found. So the link to these will be in the description below if you want to get your hands on some. They are definitely worth it. So we're just going to take a little bit here of this rusty brown, and oh, that shows up extremely well. A lot better than I expected. I'm just going to kind of get the bottom a little bit here. It's the wheels that I'm really going to end up getting, but a little bit of rusty looking there. I don't know how well you guys can see this, sorry. And then kind of this darker stuff. A lot of what I'm doing is I'm using what is on my little paper towel here, you know, from spillages and everything, and just falling off of the car. I'm using a lot of that to my advantage. Whenever you guys do this, definitely use some of that to your advantage. Okay, there's a bit of rust over here. We're going to get some of that. We're going to go on this one with a little bit of rust. Not too much. Just a little bit on that one. Okay, just a little bit of a rusty panel here. And that's basically all I'm going to do. But actually, that looks really good. That looks really good. And it's sitting on its back here, on its side, has actually, in all the dust that I left over, has actually put a little bit on the ribs already. So that's pretty good. Okay, get you a little bit of this dust brown and... Alright, that'll do. Let's see. Okay, like I said, I'm just going to kind of dust up that area a little bit. Okay, so, here's one of those things I was talking about. Right in there. There's going to be a lot of dust kicked up in there. So you want to kind of do one of those moves. Put a little bit of rust in there as well. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this thing up. Y'all have seen me do wheels tons of times. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this thing up and see you guys over at the track, where we will finish this series up. Okay guys, what do you think? I think it turned out great. I'm not going to put the coal load back in for a little while, but just, you know, I can make this do the run by. Bruh! Really? In the middle of a video. Alright, well, I'm going to make this fast. I don't know what that was. But this is it. It looks amazing. It definitely turned out a lot better than I thought it was. I was kind of worried that I was going to mess it up because I really liked it nice and just black. Just because it was like, it was simple. It was basic. It didn't need to be any more than it already was. Just black with the white lettering. It was nice. But it definitely looks a lot better weathered. I will say that. It definitely looks a lot better weathered. So, that is going to end this series, this short little four-part video series. Well, I say that. I say that, but I don't know that I really mean it. Because we have to consider the fact that we have to consider the fact that I haven't done a tank car yet on this, and I haven't done a steam locomotive, and I haven't done a diesel locomotive. Yes, I have weathered a diesel locomotive before. It didn't go very well. I have since weathered 2 more in a better way. I did it better, and they came out a lot better. Let's see if I can. I'm gonna move the camera a second. Adjustments. I have yet to take the cab figures out, but if we just move that bus, that right there is a thing. I weathered it on just nothing but the powders. And just look how good that looks. I haven't taken the cab figures out of it yet. That's basically just meant to be an abandoned locomotive that's just kind of sitting there and rusting and falling apart. And because it doesn't work anymore. It's a Bachmann 280 consolidation. Go figure, it doesn't work anymore. It's a Bachmann. Not that I'm ragging on them. I have 2 of my favorite locomotives are Bachmann. They're 260 and they're 460. I love those 2 engines. They're 2 of my favorites. But this locomotive here, I did all of that just with these powders. So I definitely intend on doing another locomotive, except making it, just a bit more used instead of abused and left to rot like that one. Anyway, but that is in fact going to be it for this video series, at least for now. I'm going to put it on hold because I don't yet know. I'm going to have to practice a little bit before I can do a steam locomotive. And that being said, I have other projects that I need to get onto. I have, at some point in the near future, by the time this video goes out, I might already be there. At some point, I gotta go to my dad's, because, well, that's just how things work. And I'm not going to be able to record any videos unless I work on the InScale project over there, which you guys don't know about yet. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. I'm going to try to work on it. Anyway, but the point here is, it'll be a while before I have another project like this weathering thing. That doesn't mean I'm not going to stop, excuse me, hiccups, stop weathering altogether for a while. It just means that I'm not going to do it on camera, because what I'm going to be weathering, I have 3 more hoppers. I want to update maybe 2 others that have already been weathered. And, let's see, a few boxcars. I want to fix a few boxcar weathering jobs that I did. And a couple of things like that. I don't and then of course there's the tank cars. And I don't know how to do the tank cars yet. There's 4 tank cars I have that I don't know that I'm ever going to decide to do them very much. So we'll just have to see how that goes. And then as soon as I get a covered hopper that is better than the other 2 that I have, like a decent covered hopper that you would actually see, and not a short little, like, shorter than this, freaking hopper, covered hopper. No, we don't. It needs to be longer than this. 3 or 4 bay hoppers. I think the ones I have are 2 bay. Anyway, but once I get some better hoppers, covered hoppers, I'm gonna do a video on those as well. But for now, like I said, this is gonna be it for this video series. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe for train videos twice a week. I'll be posting on Tuesday and Thursday. Don't forget to click that bell icon, because I said I was posting on Tuesday and Thursdays. Sometimes I don't always post on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and sometimes well, you don't know when on Tuesdays and Thursdays I'll be posting, because it's a bit more random than I would like it to be. But anyway, also one last thing: if you liked this video and found this helpful or anything, even if you just you like the look of this car here, just a like would be very much appreciated. So yeah, I'm going to leave you guys with the run-by that you've been waiting for 4 weeks. So thank y'all for watching. Enjoy the run-by, but before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and do that same coupling up thing that I did in the past three parts 1, 2, and 3. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'm gonna give you guys the run by, and we'll see you guys next time.